get me to Facebook, I ain't found that easy. Okay, well, we got
Y'all
a
got it on there.
boss lady over there. She gonna be the
Okay,
clock.
all right. Going on. What's your name, man?
My name is Devin Branch.
What position are you holding
I am
with this different
a lead
organization?
organizer with Black Voters Matter in Mississippi. You know, focusing primarily. I usually focus on the Southwest Mississippi area, but you know, this is an all hands on deck. We need every black vote. We need every black voter voting in Mississippi in every election.
What did what? So y'all chose this day because of the elections?
Well, not just because of the elections. We come out to this community throughout the year. We believe that it's important to talk to our people when 365 days a year, not just on election day. But we do come out on election days to just encourage people to get out there and vote while they still have an opportunity to get out and vote. But
Okay.
we know that voting on election day is not enough to build power for our people in our communities. And so we work with our people year round to uh, to increase their capacity
All
to
right. So
serve.
what we got going today?
Okay, so I'm Carol Blackman. We're with Black Voters Matter. So what we're doing is out trying to encourage people to get out to vote. We want folk to know and understand how valuable voting is, the impact that it has on our everyday lives, to have people connect the two together so that they don't think that voting or politics is a dirty word because that's what they hear in the news. So we just want folk to be able to come out to exercise their right to vote, to speak their voice. But even bigger than that, Black Voters Matter is also into power building in community. And we do power building in African American, Black, and Brown communities.
What is the basis of this organization? What is the how long has this organization existed? What is the foundation of it? Where did it start, and that sort of thing?
Okay. It started in Atlanta, Georgia. We're a national organization. We're in roughly 21 states across the country. We're in all of the deep south states. Uh, and I'll just start at the ocean with Georgia, like Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and portions of Texas. And we even do a portion of Tennessee. We in North Carolina, a portion of South Carolina, and then of course there are other states like a part of Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania,
So
and
you're in that pipeline. You're in that southeastern region in the areas that these people from the south travel to
quite
back in the
often,
day.
yes, with the Great Migration to the Midwest and all of that.
Right.
Yeah, we're in that pipeline, so to speak, and so we work where we know that there are large numbers of African American people, and we try to work with them to build a huge power base in the communities wherever they exist.
So you mentioned you was from Canton, Mississippi, and
I am.
are you still in Canton?
No, I live in Jackson. I'm from Canton. I actually was in the last graduating class of the African American named high school, Rogers High School, in 1970. And so I learned a lot while I was there. We learned the value of voting from our school leaders, but also from our parents and grandparents. My grandmother is in the Sovereignty Commission files. If you know what that is, it was an organization that was created by the state of Mississippi, to the Sovereignty Commission, to monitor African American people who tried to register and vote and the white folk who tried to help them. So my grandmother, and I told you my age pretty much, you do the math. So my grandmother is in the Sovereignty Commission files, not once but twice, because she tried to register and vote that often. And
Her name.
her name is Alvany Blackman, Alvana, Alvany Blackman. And we call her Granny.
Okay.
So Granny always talked about how we needed to get out and vote, what it could do for the community, having our voice, sharing what our thoughts were. And so I've been away from Canton for many years. However, I maintain my roots here. I still go to church in Canton. I attend Mary Grove Baptist Church. That's on Rankin Road in East Canton. East, well, they say Canton on our mail, you know. But so it's East Madison County, kind of, because the city limits have not reached that area yet. And I'm one of 13 children. We all engage in the democracy voting process, and that was instilled in us early on, so we all still do it. Even when we don't know who the candidates are, somebody's calling somebody else in the family, say, you know who this is, what they stand for, what can they do for the black people.
Y'all fellowshipping on that
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned Rogers High. Rogers High. My mother graduated from Rogers High.
Did she?
Yeah, I think she was a class, she was born in 42, so I guess 56 to 60.
65 something.
Maybe, no, it wasn't 65. She was born in 42, so she should have graduated in 60, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So she attended Cameron Street until they got Rogers built. And then she transferred over and graduated from Rogers.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you got the table set up out here. So
we
y'all,
have the table set up. This is what we do. We use these items to help build our base with black people so that they get information about voting, about issues, what is going on in the country that impacts us. And so we get folk to scan that QR code just so we're able to be back in touch with them.
get a shot of that QR code so they can scan it. All right, and the giveaways, how are y'all funded?
So we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and that's how we get our funding.
I want to ask you a personal question, and thank you. What do you feel about voters' apathy?
Well, I think that that we really shouldn't be apathetic about voting. I think that we need to think about voting like we do about the job when you're trying to get like a promotion. It's like when you go the first time, you may not get it. You go the second time, you may not get it. But you have to keep trying at it, and that's the only way to really achieve what you want.
In your personal opinion, how do you think voters' apathy came about? I do have my personal belief on it. I did have suffer from voters' apathy myself, and that's the reason I'm concerned about it. And I know a lot of people in my community that suffer from it as well. But I talked to some people about it, and I feel better about it now.
Good.
And I do know that a lot of our people suffered to get that right. And, you know, just like anything else, like you were saying, we do other stuff that we want to do.
Absolutely.
With voting. We should attend to that as well. So how do you, in your personal opinion?
In my personal opinion, I think people become apathetic about voting because they don't see immediate change, immediate personal impact. And I think that we need to have more educational opportunities so people can look big picture at how voting and engaging in democracy and that process impacts them.
Any last words, any information you want to put out there to the people?
Yes, I would just like to say to people that what we're doing, we can all do it. Maybe not on the same scale, at the same level, but we can all do it. We can all pass the word. We can all encourage others to be engaged in the process.
Thank you.
You're welcome.